the next topic, guys. Okay, we are going to see the next topic. So what is the next topic now? Right. So now, so what we discussed, guys, so far, I mean the string class features we discussed, right? So string is what, guys? String is which kind of object? Mutable object or immutable
Immutable
object?
object.
Immutable
Immutable
object.
object.
Immutable object, right? So what is the immutable object means? Once we create a
Changeable.
string object, we cannot change
can't
anything on the
change.
same object. Okay, if you are trying to change if you are trying to perform any change, with that change, a new object will be created.
New object is
Okay?
created, but anything is not
This
changed.
this behavior is nothing but what? Immutability.
Immutable.
Right? No.
Yes, sir.
Right. So now change means what, guys? The content of the object. Right? If you are trying to change the content of the object, then only new object will be created.
Yes,
Come
sir.
on.
Yes, sir.
Right? If you are not changing any content of the object, then new object will not be created. Right? Simply we will refer what? Existing object.
The previous object.
Okay?
Yes, sir.
Clear now? Right. So now, so Java people make what? The string class is immutable. Okay? String class, wrapper classes are immutable. In the same way, I want to create, okay, my own Java class, okay, has to be immutable. Clear now? I want to create my own Java class, okay, become what, guys, now? Immutable. So how to do that? Okay, come on, shall we go?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Sir.
Creation of our own immutable class. Okay, no. So before going that, what we need to know? What is immutable? Okay, so come on, guys. We have to know first the definition. You need to be clear first. Okay, then only we can create what? Our own immutable class, right? What is our definition? Once we created an object, okay, we cannot perform any change in the existing object. Right?
Yes,
No.
sir.
If we are trying to perform any change, with that change,
A new object will be created.
okay, a new object is going to be created. Right?
Yes, sir.
Next one. If there is no change, then if there is no change,
It will refer that object.
if there is no change in the content of the object, if there is no change of the content of the object with our operation, right, then the existing object will be referred, reused or else. Come on, guys, right?
Yes.
Here, first of all, we have to know what is immutable, how it is working. Okay, what is the behavior of immutable? We have to know. Guys, once we created a string object, okay, we cannot change anything on the existing object. We cannot change anything means what? We cannot change the content of the existing object. If you are trying to perform any change, with that change, new object will be created. Right? Now, due to some runtime operation, okay, you are not changing content of that object. So that time any new object is going to be created?
No, sir.
Won't create. Right? So that's what we discussed at the above examples. Two uppercase, two lowercase.
Yes, sir.
Right? So even you are doing kind of some runtime operation, But with that runtime operation, we are not doing any change. Like this, S4. Okay, no, S3, I think. We are not doing any change here. S1.2 lowercase. Right? So we are performing some runtime operation. But even though due to that runtime operation, we are not changing content of the existing object. Right? If we are not changing content of the existing object means what? We are not going to create any new object. Simply, okay. So after when you call this runtime operation, if you allow, if you assign one reference variable, simply that reference variable will reuse what guys existing object instead creating new object. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Right. So no. No. See now. Yeah. So now let me write a class, our own immutable class. The definition clear, right? What immutable class is doing also clear, right?
Yes, sir.
Right. So now see. Okay. Now let me explain you here. So now I created one object. Let's assume, guys, I created one object. Okay. So obviously object contains what? Finally, object contains what, guys? Data. Come on. Right? Properties. It will have what? Object level variables. Let's suppose I is a object level variable. So I contains value called 10. Okay?
Yes, sir.
I is equal to 10. Now, this is the object of the content. Right? So now, what is the immutable class functionality here? No. If you try to change this object, I mean content of the object. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Now, if I am trying to change the content of this object, means what? Instead 10, let's suppose I want to update what? 100. Clear now?
Yes.
Sir.
Right. So now, if I want to update to 100, see this is I is equal to 10, guys. Now I want to assign 100 to this I. Okay. Now if
Yes,
I
sir.
assign 100, then the 100 will be affected into the same object.
Yes,
One
sir.
new object. Let's suppose this is one object T1 test class. Okay. There is a class name called test or demo class. Okay. Okay. There is a okay class name is demo. Let's assume. So now D1. Okay. I created one object. What is the D1 object? I mean, what is the content of the D1 object? Only I
I
is
is equals to 10.
10. That is the value. 10 is the content of this D1 object. Let's assume. Okay. Now, now I'm trying to update this value 10 to 100. I'm trying to update this value from 10 to 100. So if I update to 100 now, what it will become? That 100 value will be updated in the same object.
No, sir. New
It
object
will
is
create
created.
a new object.
New object. Okay. See, I'm asking this question. Okay. Immutable concept. Okay. So here we are discussing what, guys? Immutable concept. Okay. Please keep immutable concept in your mind. Okay. Accordingly, you have to tell. Understand? No.
Yes, sir.
I created one object D1. The D1 object contains what is the data now? I is equal to 10. Now I am trying to update this 10 value to 100 now. Okay. So now, so now can we change the 10 value?
No, sir.
If it is an immutable class means,
No.
if it is an immutable object means we cannot change. Right. Now, if you're trying to change the value, that with the change, what will happen? New object.
New object will be created.
Right. So now in this new object, what is the value now?
100.
100.
I is equal to 100. Understand? So now let me new object, right? So this D2 is representing this object. Let's assume. Come on, guys. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now, one more runtime operation I want to make. Okay. So with that operation, now I want to assign 10 value. again for the same object. So now the content is changing here.
Not changing, sir.
No, sir.
Not changing, right? If the content is not changing means
We don't create
simply
any.
what will happen?
It
It
will
will
refer
refer.
that
Reference
object.
variable will refer that object. Okay,
Yes.
new object will not be created. Am I
Yes,
right?
Sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Come on.
Yes,
So
sir.
now, so this is the what guys? Actually logic. Okay, this logic we have to implement. If we implement that logic, what will happen? Yes, we can create our own immutable class. Okay. First of all, what we need to verify that suppose this is current object. Okay. This is current object. On the current object only, I need to call one method. Am I right? And I need to pass some data. Okay. Now what I need to do? Current
Need
object
to
value double is equal to
the
the
whatever
data
the
what we are passing.
yes, sir.
Okay. If both are same, then we need to return the same object. If both
Yes,
are
sir.
different, then we need to
To
create new
create
object.
a new object.
We need to pass the data.
Yes,
I mean
sir.
the content
sir.
also, right? The
Yes,
new
sir.
content we need to pass that object. That's it. Okay. See now. Shall we create a class?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Right? No. See guys, here I'm creating.
We are writing that logic, right, sir? Now.
Yeah, I'm creating the immutable class.
Okay. Okay, sir.
The same logic I'm going to implement. If you implement that logic, then it will become what? Immutable. Okay. Now
Sir.
see. Right. So now public class test. Okay. Test class. Okay. No. Demo class. Huh? Okay, fine. Demo class then. Class name is what? Demo. So I want to make what guys? This demo class will become what? Immutable.
Immutable class.
Right? Now see here. Private. Okay. Private int I. I'm taking one variable. Okay. Object level variable, instance variable I have taken. Fine. Now, and I'm creating one constructor too. Okay. This dot I is equal to I. Clear now? Until now? Come on.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Right. So now see. Now, okay, I'm creating one method. Public. Okay. So here return type is yes, a demo, right? Sorry. Demo. Okay. Now modify. I'm creating one method called modify. Okay. So now here I'm passing int I. Here I'm checking. Okay. Now see. So now let me some space here. Now here. Let me have more space. Fine. Here what? Main method. Public static void main. String args. I need to test, right? So that's what I'm creating what main method. Come on guys. Now
Yes, sir.
demo d1 is equal to new demo. I created one object. Here I'm passing what 10 as a value. Clear? No. Come on guys. Right? Now by
Sir.
using this d1 object, d1 dot, I'm calling modify method. Okay. So now for this, I'm trying to assign what now? 100. Okay. See now, this is the modify method I have, right? I'm trying to call which method? Modify method. When you call the modify method, what is the parameter you have to pass? Int type. Come on.
Sir.
So that's what here I'm trying to pass what? 100.
100.
Right? Now see here. How I'm implementing the logic now here. See. If, okay? Come on. If. This means what, guys? Current class
Current
object.
class
Int class
object.
object.
Okay? This always represents what? Current class object.
Current
So
object.
now, which method we are calling? D1 dot modify of 10. So now, this represents what? D1 object. D1 current,
Yes,
what is the
D1.
current object? Now we are calling this
D1.
method, right? D1
D1.
dot modify. What is the object? D1 object. On the D1 object, we are calling what? Modify method. So now modify method is executing. In the modify method, this represents what? D1 object. D1 is the
D1.
current object, right?
Yes, sir.
Come on. D1 is
Yes,
the current object. Now, so now this represents what? D1. This dot I. What is the this dot I value?
10.
10. What is the this dot I value? 10, right? This dot I double is equal to I. Okay? Double is equal to I means I represents what? The parameter value.
Yes, sir.
This dot I means what? Current class object.
Yes.
This means what? Instance variable I. Okay? This I means what? Local variable I. See here. This dot I means instance variable I. Okay, this I means what? Local variable I. This is what, guys? Local variable, right?
Sir.
Yes, sir. Yes,
See this I value. This is local variable. Okay, this is what? Instance variable. Am I right?
Sir.
Yes, sir.
Right. Or else let me remove instead of I. Let me put A. Fine? Huh? So now see.
Anything is fine, sir.
Yeah. This dot I double is equal to A. Okay. If this dot I double is equal to A means what? If both are same. Come on. If both
Sir.
are same, then what we need to do? If both are same, what we need to do?
It will refer it. No need to change it.
Return which object? This object.
This dot. Yeah.
Else, if not, what we need to do?
Create new
We need to
Return
create the
new demo. What is the content we have to pass? The value what we are passing here, we have to pass.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now, let me remove this. Okay, we don't need brackets, right? If it is a one statement, we don't need brackets, right?
Yes,
Already we
sir.
discussed this one. Curly brackets are optional if only one statement is allowed. Okay, if you put only one statement on per if block, then these curly braces are optional. Okay.
Yes, sir.
No, I'm closing what, guys? This modify method. Okay. No. So now, right. So now d1 dot modify of 100. Okay. When you call this modify method, what is the return type? It is returning demo object. Okay. To hold that object, what I need to do? I need to create same type, right? Now d2. D2 is representing, okay, this object. When you call modify method, it is returning some object or not? Which object it is returning? Demo class object, right? To hold that demo object, we need to create what? The same type reference variable. Come on, guys.
Yes, sir.
The next one. D1 dot modify D1 dot modify of 10. Okay. So now this one also written what guys? Demo object. I need to hold that object demo3. Right? Now system.out.println d1 double is equal to d2. Now system.out.println of, okay, the next one d1 double is equal to d3. Okay, the main
First
method
one,
close,
false,
class close.
second, yes, sir.
Okay, let me explain you. See here. Now I created one demo class, guys. Okay, so in the demo class, what is the content? I have only one variable I created, int I. Okay, now I created one constructor to test int I. This dot I is equal to I. Clear now? Okay, so after that I created one modify method. Okay, in the modify method, what I'm trying to say, if this dot I is equal to this dot I w is equal to this a, then return current object, else
Object.
return new object with the content. Okay, see now demo d1 is equal to new demo. What will happen now? One object is created. Come on, right? What is the data of this object? Demo d1 is equal to new demo of 10. Tell me.
10, sir.
I is equal to 10, right?
Sir.
Yes, sir.
So
D-
now d1 is pointing to this object.
Yes, sir.
d1 is pointing to this object. Fine. Now, so now after that, what I'm trying to here, what is the next line? What is the next
Yeah.
statement here? See,
We are
d1
modifying the
modify
D1.
method. See, I am trying to modify which object? D1 object.
D1 object.
See here, that's why I'm creating method name also modify. I'm trying to modify which object is D1 object. See means I am trying to change the content of this object. Okay, so that's why D1 dot modify method I'm calling. Which method I'm calling? Modify method. And which object? D1 object. Right? So when you call modify method, this is the method in the demo class. This method is executing. So now what is the parameter we are passing? 100.
Right.
Come on, 100, right? Int value, int type.
Yes, sir.
No,
Yes,
A
sir.
is holding what? A is representing 100, value 100. In this method, if this dot I means what? What is the value?
10.
10. This always represents current class object. What is the current class object? This D1. D1 is the current class. On D1 only we are calling modify method, right? So now D1 will become what? Current class object, right? Now this dot I means what? Current class object. What is the current class object I value? 10.
10.
Right? 10 double is equal to this A. What is the A is holding now? 100.
100.
Right? Now 10 double is equal to 100. True or false?
False.
False. Come on, guys.
Yes,
10
sir.
double is equal to 100. True or false? False, right?
False.
So now when it be false, then it will come to else block. In else block, what we are doing? Creating new object, new demo. See here, by using new operator. When you use new operator means what? We are creating new object, new demo. Okay. So now in that, while creating demo object, what is the value I'm passing now?
100.
Huh?
100.
100.
100.
A is holding 100, right?
Yes,
So
sir.
now new object is created. Okay. So now with this object, what is the value now? I is equal to now 100. Come on. New demo, guys. New demo of A. A means 100. New demo means what? Here. New means when you use new operator means new object is going to be created. Here demo means what? This is what? Constructor. Which constructor is calling? Demo class
Demo.
constructor. Sorry, this is tester. Sorry, guys. This is demo. Okay. You guys have to tell na. What is our class name?
Demo, sir.
Demo, sir.
Demo, right? Demo means constructor name also should be same, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now you are telling us, this is demo, guys. Okay. 18 is 18 or 16 or 14 it seems. Okay. Okay. Demo bracket constructor. Okay.
Sir.
Class demo, right? This is demo. So now here new demo means we are calling this constructor, parameterized constructor. What is the value we are passing? A means 100. Now this data is equal to high. One object is created. An object is created. After creation of object, what will happen if you call the constructor? Data initialization will be started, right? What is the
Yes,
purpose of constructor? For data initialization, right? Initialization
Yes.
of an object. Initializing the object means what? Data has to be assigned to that instance variable. What is the instance variable here? I.
I.
What is the value it is assigning? 100.
100.
So I is equal to 100. Okay. Now, when you call this d1.modify method, what it will giving? Return new demo
New
object.
object with
Okay. It is
100.
returning what? Demo object, right? So now, now you have to hold that object, right? So for that, what we have to do, we have to create one reference variable to hold that object. Which type? Same type, demo type. So that's what demo D2. So now, what is the reference variable it is representing for this object? D2.
D2.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
right. So now see, what we are doing now, while calling modify, we are trying to change the content of the existing object. So if you are trying to change the content of the existing object, with the content, new object
New
is going
object
to
will
be
be
created.
created.
Understand? We cannot
Yes,
change
sir.
anything in on the existing object. Come on. This is immutable functionality or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Right. So now see the next one. D1.modify of 10. The next method, guys. Now D1.modify of 10. So now modify method is started executing. Right?
Yes,
So now what is the value we are passing? 10. Now
10.
A is holding what? 10.
10.
Now this dot I. This dot I means here, what is the value of this dot I here?
10.
10. D1, right? D1 object. What is the D1 object I
10.
value?
10.
10.
10. W is equal to A. What is the A is holding now? 10. Right?
10.
See in this. A is holding 10, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. 10.
Now 10 W is equal to 10. True or false?
True.
True.
If it is true means what we are doing now? Return this. Return this
Return
means
this.
what? Current class object.
Object.
This means what? Current class object. I mean same object. This is the object. Okay? Current
Yes,
class
sir.
object means what? In this scenario, D1 is the current class object. So now we are returning what? The same class object. Means the current object means this D1 object. Now to hold this object, what we need to do? We need to
D3 variable.
create a reference variable with the same type, demo D3. Now D3 referring which object now?
D1.
Same object.
Object.
Understand? Now see, D1, D3 representing the same object and D2 representing some another object. Now system.out.println of D1 W is equal to DT means, tell me what is the output here?
False.
False, right? D1 W is equal to D3?
True.
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 Come on guys, clear now?
Yes, sir.
Create immutable
Yeah,
class.
clear.
So this is
Yes,
called
sir.
immutable class.
Sir.
Okay. See, I just added only one variable. Okay. What is your assignment for you, right? Tomorrow. Okay. Creator. Just take one student. Understand? Student
Yeah,
class.
okay.
Yes, sir.
In the student class, take student ID, student name.
Okay.
That's it. Okay. If now you have to create your own immutable class. Student has to be immutable class. Okay.
Okay.
How to do that? If the both objects content is same, then
Then only.
should not create any new object. First of all, you have to create one object. Okay. And after
sir.
that, by using that object, we are trying to modify the content of the existing object. Okay. While trying to modify the content of the existing object, okay, if the content is different, then with the change, new object has to be created. If the content is same, even though you are doing some runtime operation, okay, after that also content is same, then simply the new object has to be, I mean, it won't create, it should not create any new object. Simply it has to refer the existing object.
Yes, sir.
The same code. Okay. So now
Yeah,
here I'm using only one variable called
One
int
Variable.
I.
parameter. Yeah.
So now we have to take two parameters.
Two
One is
parameter.
student ID, student name.
And
Okay.
Yes, sir.
yeah,
Tomorrow
okay.
you have to implement that one, guys. Okay.
Okay,
So
sir.
that is
Yeah,
your
Okay,
okay.
sir.
assignment.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. Now. So now see here. So this is what, guys, we can say this class is what? Immutable class. Am I right? I mean, this class object, demo class object. This object is what now? Immutable object. Immutable object means what? We cannot change anything on the existing object. I mean, we cannot change the content of the existing object. If you are trying to perform any change, with that change, new object is going to be created. That is called what? Immutability.
Immutable.
Okay. So now, due to which method this class has immutability functionality now? Due to this modify method.
Modify.
Because
Yes, sir.
under modify method only, right, we have implemented this logic.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Sir.
Right. So now, okay, if you are not keeping this class as a final, what will happen now? If you are not keeping this class as a final, what will happen now? Child classes can implement.
This
If you are
method.
allowed to create child class for this demo class, in the child class, they can override what? Modify method.
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Right or wrong?
Yes,
If
sir.
they,
Yes,
if they
right.
override modify method means what? They simply
It
they
won't
can misuse this
Change.
functionality. What is the functionalities of modify we implemented? Simply they can misuse.
Ma-
They can pollute, right?
Yes.
Yeah, sir.
If you allow to create child class for this class, then everything is gone. Understand? The immutability functionality will be gone. So that's why, okay, all the immutable classes should be final. All the immutable classes should be
Final.
okay. Okay. Make sure that our immutable class should not participate into where, guys? Should not participate in inheritance. Okay. If you make our immutable class participate in inheritance means obviously, okay, the key functionalities, what is the immutable functionality will be gone because they can override. If they override means what? Everything will be gone. Okay. So that's why, okay. So string class is what, guys? Final class. Because final string class contains lot of the features. We discussed all the features, guys. Come on. Right?
Yes, sir.
String
Yes, sir.
constant, pool, immutability. So like that we saw a lot of the functionalities. So that's why they don't want to misuse those functionalities, okay, by creating child class and overriding those functionality related methods. So that's what simply Java people made about string class as final. Okay. If you want to create your own immutable class, I mean immutable object, so that object means also that object, I mean that class also should be what, guys? Final. Okay. Clear now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, clear.
Sir.
Right. So now, yeah. So we will complete now, guys. Tomorrow you have to create one okay, immutable class for the student class. Okay, student ID, student name. Okay. So you need to be make that student object is what? Immutable. Right.